In the heart of Rwanda, a land of rolling hills and deep-rooted traditions, there existed an unspoken war. For centuries, clans divided the land, each fighting for dominance, leaving the innocent to suffer. But in the shadows of this conflict, a hero emerged. His name was Paul Kagabo, a young warrior destined to end the cycle of violence. The story begins with a wide shot of a peaceful Rwandan village nestled between lush green mountains. Paul Kagabo is shown as a young boy, practicing spear techniques under the watchful eyes of his father, a highly respected warrior. His father's words echo in his mind: a warrior does not fight for power. A warrior fights for the people. As Paul Kagabo grows older, we see him leading his first patrol, donning a modern military uniform, but with traditional elements like a hand-carved spear strapped to his back. The spear is a symbol of his heritage, passed down through generations. Rwanda had long been divided by clans, each one vying for power. The clan leaders, drunk on their desire for control, turned the land into a battleground. Innocent people were trapped between these wars, their lives and homes destroyed. The scene shifts to show the devastation caused by the clan wars, burning villages, people fleeing for their lives, and soldiers from various clans fighting each other. The sounds of gunfire and explosions echo in the background. Paul Kagabo, now in his mid-20s, leads his own small group of soldiers to rescue a village caught in the crossfire. He fights with both guns and his ancestral spear, effortlessly transitioning between modern combat and traditional techniques. His face shows a deep sense of responsibility, knowing that with every victory, more lives are saved. Captain Paul Kagabo had a vision, a Rwanda united under one banner, where the clans no longer ruled through bloodshed and fear. But such a dream would require not only defeating his enemies but dismantling the very foundation of clan rule. In a quiet moment, Kagabo stands atop a hill overlooking the battlefield, as he gazes at the burning village below. He turns to his trusted advisor, Jeanette, a brilliant strategist who has been by his side since they were children. Captain Kagabo talking to Jeanette. This cannot go on. The clans must fall if our people are to have peace. Jeanette, hesitant but loyal. You know they will fight to the death to protect their power, Kagabo. You'll be fighting not just soldiers but an entire way of life. Captain Kagabo replying Jeanette in calm. Then we must be prepared for war, not to conquer, but to unite. But not everyone shared Captain Kagabo's vision of unity. Many within his own ranks still clung to the old ways. They believed in the power of the clans, in the superiority of their bloodlines. One such soldier, Bahati, harbored his doubts in silence. Late at night, by the glow of campfires, Bahati is seen whispering with other soldiers. He expresses his fears that Kagabo's vision will lead to their destruction, questioning whether they should continue following him. The tension between loyalty and fear grows. Bahati starts to convince young officers to turn back on Paul Kagabo and join him to fight against Kagabo's vision of unite between citizens. Some join him and others deny it. In the midnight, Bahati leave camp and go to betray Paul Kagabo's plan of attracting them and their tactics they will use to attract them. In reward, they promise Bahati to make him Minister of Security when war is over and give him many treasures and his few soldiers. After few days, the Fufu clan, which is killing the innocent people in the country, decides to strike fast and fast the camp of Captain Paul Kagabo in order to end Kagabo's vision after Bahati give them information in details. Commander Kirofo, the Fufu clan commander, prepare his larger number of strong and powerful soldiers to strike the camp. At Captain Kagabo's camp is normal day where soldiers are preparing to strike and save the innocent people around the country. They start hearing the sound of helicopters, tanks and marching of large number of soldiers with powerful weapons. Captain Kagabo, without fear and doubts, hold his spear and AK-47 and order his armies to form tactic lines and tell them in strong and doubtfulness voice, we are going to win this battle for not only us but also for our vision, the life of innocent people, and for our families which are in exiles. The battle starts. Captain Kagabo was at the head of battle with his spear and AK-47, killing many enemies than anyone at the battlefield. Soon the Fufu clan starts to lose the battle and Commander Kirofa commands his soldiers to withdraw and go back to prepare again. Captain Paul Kagabo and his soldiers wins the battle but lose his many high-ranked soldiers and some of weapons. In that moment Kagabo was in doubt on how the Fufu clan soldiers find out his camp. At the battle, one fateful night, under the cover of darkness, Captain Paul Kagabo invites his high-ranked soldiers to ask them if they know how the Fufu clan soldiers finds their camp, but all soldiers deny it. After the meeting, one of young officers who was in wheelchair after losing his legs on the battle approaches Kagabo and tell him about betrayal plot of Bahati. Paul Kagabo didn't believe it, but later on the young officer convinced him with many evidences, and Kagabo gets shocked on being betrayed by his own friend who they share some vision. Captain Kagabo go to look Bahati for asking him if it's true, but he find out that he already joined Commander Kirofo's side. Captain Kagabo feels sad and angry for being betrayed by his friend. Months after months, Captain Kagabo conquers and captures many villages and cities. The Kigara city is the only city remain to capture, where all clan leaders lives and other ministers Bahati his betrayed friend. Captain Kagabo and his armies organize the plot to conquer and capture the Kigara city. On the July 4th, Captain Kagabo leads his armies to capture the Kigara city and arrest all clan leaders. At that moment Captain Kagabo arrests Bahati after finding him killing innocent families. Kagabo's armies saves many people and convince them to leave behind clan ideologies and promote peace and unite between citizens. After many years, Captain Kagabo changed the course of history. The country, which was once ashes and full of collapses, now turns to most tourist attraction country in the world, where the people of the country live in peace and unite. The security of country is on standard level, where people work and enjoy 24 hours different than before. On the age of 40, Paul Kagabo became the president of the country, where his people love him so much and understand his commands. Later on, many infrastructure were named after him, like airports, stadiums, hotels, and many statues were built to appreciate his heroism actions and become the glorified hero of all time in the history of the country.